and he's given him a bit of a squeeze, and it's happened for him. Great move from Robin Freins. We have a new leader, and it could be a two-time victor, Robin Freins, this season. Sims has dominated so far this race, but I just wonder whether he just asked too much of that car early doors. And Sims now drops into second spot. He's got Buemi snapping at his heels. Now Freins is going to have to start preserving. He's really pushed that last couple of laps to get himself up into the lead of the race. But now he may have asked too much of that car, and he'll need to start preserving the battery, lifting and coasting. Roland's pulled up to the tail of our top four in fifth spot with attack mode helping him out. That was that move by Robin Freins, emulating what Mitch Evans did yesterday on the dirt. Really, really committed. There was hardly any space for him. Both cars were out on the dirt, but he did manage to find a way through. So now, Virgin leads from BMW, Nissan in third, Bird in fourth, who goes into attack mode number 3 for Sam Bird, with 20 minutes still remaining in the race. I'm quite sure why he feels that he needs to do that. I think there was some talk, especially in hot conditions, that you can't use attack mode later on in the race because the battery gets low. The more it gets low, the more it heats up. So if you use attack mode really late in the race, then you can overheat the battery. So Bird goes into his third attack mode. Roland's just finished his, so Bird knows that he's not going to be attacked from behind, but he can get himself onto the podium with Buemi, Sims and Freins. Hasn't been on the podium since his victory in Chile back in January, Sam Bird. He scored plenty of points, but it hasn't been the starring roles that we expect to see, Sam Bird.
Let's not make that a habit. Sharp turn coming up. Watch your speed.
Bird with his whole championship in Formula E at Virgin Racing, or DS Virgin Racing, and he has taken at least one victory every single year that he's been with that team. It was 2 in the first round, the first year, with Leicester and London. Buenos Aires in season 2, just for 1. He took a double victory here in New York City in season 3. He won in Hong Kong and in Rome in season 4, and he won in Santiago in season 5. Could he make it a double victory, or Robin Freins going to do that?
Watch out for the
in terms of
sharp
championship,
turn
though,
ahead.
considering how little points he scored, down in 9th position in the championship, it will be his worst ever championship finish. 5th in the first year, 4th and 4th in years 2 and 3, and 3rd last year. He's always been there and thereabouts, but with such small pickings in terms of points. At 9th spot, behind his teammate Robin Freins. Yes, it's been massively competitive, but I think Sam Bird will come away slightly disappointed. Remember the Envision Virgin Racing team as it is this year. Jean-Eric Verne down the inside of Costa. That puts him up into 10th position. So that's 1 point for Verne.
S-bend incoming. Better slow
remember,
down.
Virgin are running the Audi powertrain this year, so DS moved across from Virgin over to Techeetah, and Pseudo Works team now really Techeetah, and Virgin
Watch out!
are a customer to the Audi. And he started their year with the Renault powertrain that first year. .17 minutes and 10 seconds remaining. De Grassi in 9th, Evans in 8th, Verne in 10th. This is going very much Jean-Eric Verne's way. The champions in Formula E across the years.
Sharp turn coming up. Watch your speed.
Sebastian Buemi for Renault in the second year. In the third year, Lucas de Grassi for Audi, and last last year, Jean-Eric Vergne for DS Techeetah. He could be the first two-time champion. The team could be the first two-time driver champion, but of course last year they didn't win the team's championship. They were beaten here by Audi. Just a reminder, that first year Nelson Piquet won the championship, driving for Nextev TCR, which became Neo. Would you believe it? What a fall from grace for Neo.
Watch out for the sharp turn ahead.
He started Formula E at the very head of the championship, winning the Drivers' Championship. They didn't win the Team's Championship. Nelson Piquet's teammate that year was unable to pick up so many points. In fact, he had four of them: Ollie Turvey, Charles Pic, and Hoping Tong. Oh, here comes Daniel Abt down the inside of Ollie Rowland for 5th position. Good move for Daniel Abt, and that helps that Audi Championship challenge. Rowland dropping his spot, and of course Nissan have got a lot to play for as well in trying to overhaul Virgin, but Virgin with Freins at the head of the field and Bird in 4th. It's going to be a tough ask too. And side by side, Rowland and Evans. Evans trying to go around the outside, didn't work there, but I think Mitch Evans will soon be ahead of Ollie Rowland. De Grassi stays in 9th, he's got Van Dorn ahead of him, so Evans has managed to pass Van Dorn somewhere we didn't see, and De Grassi has now got to get past. Basically, De Grassi needs to win this to have any chance of winning the championship, and then Vergne can drop out. He's 7.2 off the lead, but the problem is overtaking seemingly not as quite as simple as maybe somewhere like Berlin.
Sharp turn coming up. Watch your speed.
So De Grassi without attack mode, Van Dorn with attack mode, but De Grassi able at the moment to stay with him. Massa has just activated his 3rd attack mode in 16th position. Evans finally clears Rowland, dropping Rowland down to 7th position and following Daniel Abt. Really, Mitch Evans has been an absolute star of this championship.
That's going to leave a mark.
This year. You know, didn't really score many wins in his early career. In GP3, he came out, I think, of GP2 to move into the.
Watch out for the sharp turn ahead.
GP, 4 years of GP2. In GP3, he had a good couple of wins. 4 wins and the championship in 2012, but in GP2, just 4 wins across 4 years. And absolutely nowhere in the championship standings before he moved into Formula E. So kind of a question mark for me how he would get on. And it turns out quite well. Abt looking down the inside. Oh, that's De Grassi going up the inside of Van Dorn for 8th position. So he manages to make that stick. And it's interesting how at the end of the race, how these good teams kind of cream does rise to the top, but it takes a long time for them to get going. They do their kind of preservation early doors and then start to attack. And De Grassi now with his 3rd attack mode, 9 seconds off the leader, and he has Ollie Rowland ahead of him by a second right now. No real changes up front. Freins leads by 1.5 seconds. Buemi has a second advantage over behind Sims, and a second advantage over Bird, and then Abt in 5th.
Sharp turn coming up.
We are
Watch
coming
your
to
speed.
the close of Season 5, Generation 2 Formula E. The very first season of these new generation cars.
Keep going.
13 rounds across the world, from Saudi Arabia to South America to Europe, and then finishing in North America. It has been a fascinating year where, until really about 2 months ago, we had no idea who was going to win this championship. Jean-Eric Vergne had not even won a race until China. And that was, I think, March of this year. yes, he'd got a second position in Saudi, but he'd hardly scored any points after that.
Watch out for the sharp
Second
turn ahead.
half of the championship, though, has really gone Jean-Eric Verne's way. 3 victories. He struggled here in New York City, yes. Lucas Di Grassi with 2. Robin Freins on course for 2 victories as well. Minutes and 10 seconds remaining, plus that 1 lap. They'll still be preserving the battery, making sure they can get these cars to the end. Di Costa, in 11th position, just out of the points, with Verne ahead of him. Still got fan boost. Van Dorn, Di Costa, Abt and Buemi. Di Grassi's used his. Lynn's made a couple of positions down in 17th. He's up ahead of the 2 Neos that really seem to be falling apart. Such a shame, as we spoke about a little earlier. Nice move from Lucas Di Grassi. So when you overtake someone, you don't need to throw the car down the inside and completely pass them. As long as your car is in the way so that they can't turn in and make the move, your move is done. Verne takes his final attack mode, 10 seconds back from the leader. He's got Van Dorn and Roland ahead of him. He's got Di Costa behind him. Teams championship-wise, Verne with 1 point, Lotterer out. Abt in 5th position, which is 10 points. Di Grassi is in 7th position, so 6 points. It's not quite enough. They really do need to get up into the podium positions for Audi to steal that team's championship from DS Techeetah. Di Grassi really needs to be at the head of the field, but Freins has got that covered, 2 seconds ahead of Sims. Di Grassi just 6.5 off, so this pace with attack mode is good.
S-bend incoming. Better slow down.
Seconds ahead of him, 1.5 seconds to the good. As Verne has a quick look down the inside of Van Dorn. That HWA is really fading. Up in 4th position at one point for Stoffel Van Dorn, but he's going backwards now to join his teammate Paffett at the tail of the field. Oh, Buemi using his fan boost to try and attack Sims, but finds himself on the wrong part of the track. And now super under pressure from Sam Bird and Daniel Abt as well. That didn't really work out for Sebastian Buemi. Sims has never been on the podium. He had to give it up yesterday to his teammate. He's going to want to fight to the bitter end for this one, as Verne goes ahead of Van Dorn for 9th position. Massa moves up ahead of Lynn. So
watch it.
Very short-lived for Lynn. So
watch out for the sharp turn ahead.
Nice move from Jean-Eric Verne, slowly making his way up through the field. Good gaps between our top 3, but Buemi under pressure from Bird, and Abt is there too, and Evans, and Di Grassi won't be far away. Di Grassi's run out of attack mode, but he's only 5.8 back from the lead. Really, really close. Anything could still happen here. Verne is slowly making his way forward, and so for every point that Lucas Di Grassi picks up, Verne is equal to it. The only
sharp turn coming up.
You have 25 points for win, you get 12 for 4th, you get half the points, so you really do need to be on those podium spots to make it properly count. Freins 2.3 ahead now of Alexander Sims. 7 minutes and 30 seconds remaining, plus that 1 lap. Watching Jean-Eric Verne in 9th position with attack mode. Remember, he didn't activate his first one until about 20 minutes to go, so he's got plenty of boost to play with. And he's just 0.6 of a second behind Ollie Rowland in the Nissan.
S-bend incoming. Better slow down.
Turby and Dillman, the other 2 drivers with attack mode at the tail of the field. Lynn in 17th ahead of him, then Massa, then Günther, and then Wehrlein and D'Ambrosio. Then Paffett in 12th. And Da Costa in 11th, and Van Dorn the first of the point scorers right now. Lots of chatter on the radio between Buemi and Bird garages. anticipated his
Watch out for the
final
sharp
attack
turn ahead.
as Verns wears off, so he's not got any boost to try and get past Ollie Rowland, but he is right on his gearbox. And you just get that feeling, a classic Formula E feeling, that things are crescendoing to a climax here. 6 minutes remaining, still some pushing to do. Vern will win the championship, everything stays like this. Buemi will finish in second, De Grassi will be third, and Mitch Evans will be 1 point back in fourth spot. And that is why Evans is pushing so hard. If Evans can get himself back past Abt, that will move him into third in the championship. That means going to the FIA Gala. That's so important.
Sharp turn coming up.
Gunter and
Watch
Massa
your
having
speed.
a little squabble. Going into turn 1 for 15th position. And Abt defending once again from Mitch Evans. If Evans gets past, then it puts Evans into third in the championship. 20% left between all of the drivers.
Stay calm. Don't lose control.
Sims has really got a train of cars behind him. Buemi, Bird, Abt, Evans are all there. De Grassi's just a little bit further back. We've got a yellow flag out on track. What's that for? Perhaps Maxi Gunter has stopped somewhere. Quick look. Yes, he's completely locked himself up.
S10 incoming. Better slow down.
Himself in the barriers. That's a shame for Maxi Gunter. That's a shame, a sad way to end his season. Oh, Alex Sims on the defensive from Sebastian Buemi. It's just a 10th of a second as they came across the line, and Buemi wants to get himself back into second position. But if Sims is put offline, it could mean Bird falls out, comes past as well. There's a big queue waiting to get past. De Grassi's not really there. He's not really on the tail of Evans, but Evans is desperate trying to get past Abt. He spent all of the race staring at the back of that Audi, and he knows that if he gets past, he's going to move up a championship position. He's fighting for all his worth, and we've seen some incredible passes from him yesterday and at previous races.
Watch out
as well.
for the sharp
He is
turn
not
ahead.
afraid. Remember how he won the race going past Andre Lotterer. He's not afraid to throw it down the inside. Teams Championship, Diaz Cheetah, 9 points ahead of Audi right now. And then Virgin in third, Nissan in fourth, and BMW well off in fifth position. Da Costa just not scoring the points that are needed.
Whoa, you okay?
Just 9 points though, separating Audi and Diaz Cheetah. And I tell you what, if Abt and De Grassi can move up a couple more positions, that will change again. No one's going to catch Robin Fries. He is out, he's checked out, he's hugely in front, and he's adding this to his victory in Paris. And that will put him up decently into the championship as well, I would have thought. Give him some good points.
Sharp turn coming up. Watch your speed.
2 podiums and 2 wins. Well, I suppose 4 podiums, including 2 wins for Robin Fries across the season. And a couple of decent scores off that as well. A 4th in Rome and a 5th in Chile. 2 retirements the last 2 races. No scores in Monaco or Berlin. Oh, Massa, what are you doing, Felipe Massa? Felipe sending it down the inside of Pascal Wehrlein. He was nowhere near alongside and just give him a thud. And Alex Lynn might actually pick up a position there.
Stay calm. You can do this.
15th spot past Massa.
S-bend incoming.
Who
Better
knows
slow
how many
down.
laps we're going to do still. We've got 13% more energy left of energy for most of the drivers. The clock says 2.5 minutes plus 1 lap, but our leaders are coming round the corners, the last corner now, and the lap is 1:12. So 2 laps at fast pace would mean that we could still have 3-4 laps left. We haven't got the energy for that, so Fries is going to have to think about it. We might have to pull back a little bit, slow down. The car's heading down towards the final turn, and Mitch Evans still trying to find a way past. Daniel Abt still trying to attack.
Watch out for the sharp turn ahead.
And of course, if Mitch Evans goes to the outside of Daniel Abt, that will then open the door for Lucas De Grassi to come past. So Evans has got to be incredibly careful where he tries to make this move on Daniel Abt, if he can, with 1 minute and 30 seconds remaining. He is so attacking. But basically from 2nd to 8th position all locked together. With Jean-Eric Verne in 9th and Van Dorn in 10th point scoring. De Costa may well get himself a point, but it's really not been the progress that he would have wanted in that BMW. It looks like BMW just not quite as fast today as they were yesterday. That could be down to the temperature of the air. And Sims is still under pressure from Sebastian Buemi, who has the most energy of all. Buemi and Bird with 10% now. Sims
Sharp turn
9
coming
to
up.
8%.
Watch your speed.
Clock is ticking down. We're less than a minute away from deciding if this is the last lap or not. Robin Freins needs to go across the line after the time elapses to make it the final lap. If he does not, we'll have 2 more laps to go. Degrassi getting nudged from Roland. Degrassi nudging Evans. It's super close between them. De Costa now using his fan boost. Is this to try and get past Stoffel Van Dorn? No, he's nowhere near. Far too far away. Verne in 9th, keeping out of trouble. Unlike yesterday where his car was a complete mess by the end. This is looking increasingly likely that he will finish this race in 9th, but become the Formula E Season 5 champion. FIA status awaits as well for Season 6. Evans still trying to feign the way past with Apt now taking the fastest lap of the race. So I wonder whether Apt should have concentrated a bit more on overtaking ahead of him rather than backing Evans up into Degrassi.
Stay focused and pay attention.
By the way, at the moment it's not going to go Audi's way either in the team's championship, despite the fact that Lotterer has been sitting in the pits, despite the fact that Verne's only going to pick up a couple of points for a 9th position. Robin Freins then through the hairpin. It's not the last lap yet.
S-bend incoming. Better slow down.
Lap before the time elapsed. So 5% less energy. It's going to be a slow run to the flag this last lap, I think. 4% now it clicks down to, and he's still nowhere near the flag. Now he crosses the line to start his last lap, Robin Freins, with 4% of energy. Normally the cars use about 5% of energy per lap, so there is going to be some lifting and coasting, which is really interesting when you've got basically the top 10 bunched up into one long bunch. With Freins out front, he can afford to lift and coast a lot. It's going to be a victory for him. The final lap of the season in FIA ABB Formula E. Robin Freins leads for Virgin. Jean-Eric Verne is 9th for DS de Cheetah, but that is enough to win the championship and to give DS de Cheetah their first team's championship. Half a lap remaining. It's so close for 2nd position. Coming down to the hairpin. Anybody close enough to make a move? No, it isn't. Oh, Mitch Evans looks like he's got a problem. Mitch Evans is slowing out the hairpin. He's got Lucas Degrassi right behind him. Lucas Degrassi goes to the inside line to try and make a move. Oh, there's been contact between the two of them. They are both out of the race on the last lap. Robin Freins goes to take the checkered flag. He takes victory. Sims in 2nd, Buemi in 3rd, Bird in 4th. Apt takes 5th and fastest lap. Roland 6th. And Jean-Eric Verne picks up 7th in the end, and the championship. Van Dorn in 8th, De Costa in 9th, and Gary Paffett in 10th position. A 2-time win for Robin Freins, only equaling Lucas Degrassi and behind Jean-Eric Verne. What an end to the season for Virgin. It means that Verne wins the championship ahead of Sebastian Buemi in 2nd. And with that collision, Lucas Degrassi picks up 3rd. Robin Freins moves to 4th. Mitch Evans in 5th position. And then the teams at DS de Cheetah take the win by 19 points over Audi in the end. Virgin pick up 3rd position. Nissan just 1 point behind in 4th. And BMW Andretti in 5th position. I hope you've enjoyed all of our live races across the year on Ghost Racing from Virtually Live. Make sure you join us at the start of Season 6, November the 22nd and 23rd in Saudi Arabia. We will be there. Keep practicing.